CNBC out with a new All-America Economic Survey. This one looking at the Biden administration losing some support heading into election year. Steve Liesman joins us now with the results. Steve.
Very much, Sarah. Despite solid economic data, along with hearty holiday spending plans, Americans giving President Biden terrible approval numbers, no matter how you look at it. First, let's look overall. 35% overall approval versus 59%, a record high for the CNBC All-America Survey during the president's tenure. 33-62 on the economy. He's almost as much underwater as he's ever been. And then now on foreign policy, 29-63, that's a record high, 34 points underwater. Let's look at where it's fallen from 41%. If we go and look at the trajectory on this, up 5 points on disapproval, down 6 points on approval. This is not the most wonderful way for a president to be heading into a re-election year. And one really interesting group that we've been looking at now is the Latino vote and Latino preference here. You can see that it was sort of even in the second quarter, and now a big gap here with 61% disapproval of President Biden and just 28% approval. Now, taking a look at Trump versus Biden, all of this better for former President Trump than President Biden. The gap was 4 points. Margin of error in the poll is 3.1 percentage points. So we're outside of that margin of error here with a 48% to 42% Trump lead over Biden in a head-to-head match. The trouble here is the president losing support among key groups that put him into the White House back in 2020. First year, in the outer suburbs, President Biden has made actually some gains here, but not here on the urban core. These were key counties for the president in 2020. Women 18 to 49 among the hardest hit when it comes to inflation out there. Their support has waned. And, of course, Latino voters we just saw actually flipping from +7 for Biden to +5 for President Trump. On the one hand, Biden hasn't actually started campaigning yet. It's unclear if groups that are not supporting him now would actually pull the lever for Donald Trump. Still, the bully pulpit of the presidency is a pretty powerful perch, and Biden so far has been unable to use it to convince most Americans he deserves another term. Another thing, Sarah, here is Democrats. Democrats give him only 70% approval on the economy. When President Trump was in office, Republicans gave him a 90% approval rating.